gentlemen, and everyone in between or otherwise, we are here for our second match of this quadruple header once again tonight. Gigabyte and Stage, bringing it to you live here. This is the Premier League Hurricanes versus Puffins. Stage, I believe you have a little bit of information about this one for us.
Alright, so I've seen some of these teams play before. I've seen the Hurricanes before, and I know that the Puffins are, they're kind of right on the bubble in terms of Premier League. They've got a 12-13 record last time I checked. But the two players they will be fielding are Molokua and Riker, two salary 20 players, which means they're going to be living right around that 2,000 MMR. Definitely the top of the pops that we're going to be seeing here in MLE. However, on the Hurricanes, we are going to be seeing them bring out Smurf and Test Gravity. Test Gravity being a salary 12.5 player, or not 12, 21.5 player. 21 player and 18.5 on Smurf. So we've got the average running high in the Puffins team, but we're going to have the two extremes in the lobby on the Hurricanes team. So
now, it's going to be interesting to see if that affects the team dynamic, if that means that Smurf is kind of sit back and let Test Gravity do more of the work, and then maybe we'll see the Puffins have a little bit more of a balanced game. But it all really depends on how well these two players play together. So I don't know how much playtime Smurf and Test Gravity have had together. They both have 15 games played, so they probably played a series across the season so far, or at least I would expect that. So it's kind of going to be interesting to see how they play this. Because when you have a player that is such a high salary in that of Test Gravity, who's a constant bubble player, ready to break into RLCS at any time, when you have someone like him, it's really hard to kind of not just let him carry the team.
Definitely. Now, Smurf is no schmuck either. He is in the top 10 highest scoring MVPR players in the league. So I think he's coming in at number 9, and Test Gravity is 2 or 3, I think.
Yeah, he's third as far as I see.
So we're definitely going to be seeing Smurf pull his own weight, I think. But I guess the big question is, are Molokua and Riker going to be able to hang? Are they going to be able to put the team play together? Or is this going to be a one-sided affair?
I guess we'll have to see, but we're going to get our players into lobby here, and we will, and I'm going to say it again. Give me a prediction, Stage. You were right last time. Give me another one.
Okay, I'm going to go with 4-1 in favor of the Hurricanes. I think the one is going to be in Game 3.
Okay, well, all right, some very specific choices there, but already we see a lot of action. Smurf has already put a shot on target. Oh, the Puffins, what a dribble there by Riker, just to kind of tip it over the challenging Test Gravity, and that was a really neat move.
I didn't even see Test Gravity there at all after the first little bit. Both of the players for the Hurricanes getting pushed onto the back wall, a little bit of overcommittal, and the immediate punish from the Puffins. This is Premier League tempo. Yeah,
this is definitely Premier League tempo. It's great to see this after Academy League. Smurf chips it over them all, and that's going to be a shot from the Hurricanes and score. Smurf off to the races. Test Gravity, that was a great job to put it in there, and then he just goes for the bump afterwards too. So Smurf, and then he's just able to put that one through as Molokua has no chance of getting to it.
We've been concerned about Test Gravity possibly being the solo player here, just leaving Smurf in the dust. But I think Smurf just being there to follow that one up means that we are going to see both these players carrying some weight.
Oh, I would never think that they wouldn't be, following each other up when possible. I just thought it would be more on the back, maybe a little bit of Test Gravity to kind of work with it, get this play set up and maybe finish them a little bit more. But now, we are seeing Smurf. He is the one setting up the plays for Test Gravity here. He's going to try to put one to center. Molokua, great block. Test Gravity off the wall. He's going to drop this one down. Smurf wasn't in a position to make a good touch on that one. He was up the water defending his Molokua touch. And then that goes all the way across the field. Test Gravity has this one cleanly. Nice air carry. He's going to get it over Molokua. No, great save. Smurf there for one more. He's not going to get a hold of it, and Test Gravity has to send it to the side so he can get out in time.
Riker starting the counterattack. Oh no, getting demoed by Smurf immediately. Test Gravity now with the tackle over top. Tries to chip this win with a flick. Instead, getting beat out by the Puffins, and Molikoa on the back wall there defend this. Will be starting their own counter attack for the Puffins, trying to challenge Test Gravity, who will get it around. Riker there for the save in the backfield for the Puffins, but that means Puffins not getting any aggression out there yet. They're stuck in their own backfield.
So Molikoa will chip this one all the way back out to the Hurricane side. He's going to leave that one go, let the Hurricanes go back here and try and get recovery on it. Now Molikoa, he does put a shot through. That's a double commit by the Canes. Puffins had an opportunity, but Riker was on the other side of the pitch. Not ready to get a good touch, and Smurf wise to wait up there as Molikoa tried to put it behind him. Opportunity here for Smurf. Chipped to the center. Test Gravity shot. Blocked by Riker. What a save.
What a read on that. Just picking up immediately where that shot was going to be coming from, where the pass was going, getting up in time, pre-jumping that, and stopping the shot in its tracks before it could develop. But here the Hurricanes getting their own opportunity, looking to flip this off the backboard, and oh no, the crossbar is their worst enemy. Puffins looking to counterattack, not on target. And just a bit of a festival of volley on the counterattacks from both these teams so far.
Well, I believe that was actually Test Gravity that got that boost, so Molikoa has nothing to do here. Instead, he gives it up for Riker, who bombs it back onto the backboard of the Canes. Molikoa, he's trying to keep a hold of this one, maybe get some offense going. He does have a good touch here, drops it down to center off the ceiling. Test Gravity, great block. Riker, no commit there.
Puffins get it out into Hurricanes field, but Smurf already there to pick it up. Playing this one nice and slow, tries to chip it infield, instead just gets it around one pass up to Test Gravity. Test Gravity chips it in, not on target once more. Just a little bit of inconsistency. These shots trying to mix up the goalies.
Oh, what a bump. What a
Smurf
bump
coming
there.
around this. Amazing bump. Smurf looking to flick that one in. Not getting that on target yet again. Test Gravity in the corner. Chips it around one. Continue to chase into Smurf. Smurf with the bullet from midfield.
That bump by Test Gravity set this whole thing up. He kind of put the Puffins very, very off-center. And then the Puffins, they start double committing as a result, kind of panicking a little bit. So it seems like if the Hurricanes can get the Puffins out of position, do something that they're not expecting them to do, maybe get some of those bump plays like that, the Puffins will start panicking, and that's where their defense opens up. So the Hurricanes, they need to keep looking for those really aggressive plays.
The Puffins, meanwhile, need to just start getting a little bit more consistency out of their balls, out of the touch, and trying to find ways to punish the missed shots from Canes, just like that, getting the dunk. Riker coming out over top, getting a good air 50 and knocking it directly into the net.
Well, I mean,
Actually,
we would be amiss to say that the Puffins are going to be completely out of this. Now, they are fighting back very hard. I still think the Hurricanes are probably going to take the series in that 4-1 that you said, but I think the Puffins are not going to make it easy for them.
Molikoa with a great power clear off the backboard. The Test Gravity is already there. Gets that up to Smurf, and what a shot from midfield.
This was such a great read off the ceiling by Smurf. Test Gravity tries to put this one forward, just puts it a little bit too high, and Smurf, great reaction, honestly. That was all on him. Test Gravity gets credited with the save, but Smurf, honestly, it was all his read. It was all his quickness off the ground and to get that touch. Puts it by the Puffins. And now Hurricanes have the lead again.
Watching players of this acumen making those kind of reads is something that I could only aspire to. You see the Puffins trying to get their offense out, but Test Gravity cutting off every opportunity for aggression, and now going up the wall, sending this into Smurf once more, who takes it low, gets it around the goalie dive. What a heads-up cognizant play here.
Yeah, Smurf, he sees Molikoa coming down off the backboard like that, knows where he's going, and just flicks it in behind him. That left Molikoa so open for something like that. And Smurf, great presence of mind to put it behind him and do it to him. So that is going to be a 2-goal lead now for the Hurricanes. Things are very much slipping for the Puffins. I'm not sure if there's too much they can do about this. And you know what? Congrats here to Smurf. He has 4 goals on this game, all 4 for his team. We were expecting Test Gravity to be the one sitting back.
At the same time, it's not necessarily the goal that's the biggest part of the play, and Test Gravity is gonna hear you talking about that and get one of his own with this fancy little air dribble play.
I hear you talking crap, noob. Look at this. I put it over Molikoa, and it goes in the top shelf. Look at that.
carries it all the way across the field, makes it look completely effortless.
Yeah, that was just a great shot by Test Gravity, and good to see him kind of style in a little bit as this game dwindles down, as it is 100% going to be the Hurricanes taking this one. And what do you think the Puffins are going to have to do to counter this Hurricanes offense, which seems really, really hard to beat here?
I think the biggest thing is you're going to have to really mind your shot placement when you're looking for these sets. You're having the Hurricanes cut off so many angles all over the place. They're getting to the ball earlier than you're expecting for these passes. So that means you've got to get more creative with your setups, with your angles, with your placement to try and put it where they aren't. And that means their shots aren't going to be as clean. You've just got to get the redirects to make up for that.
Well, I think, honestly, when you come to the Puffins, you can't panic on defense like that. The Hurricanes, they're going to look for a bunch of those, very aggressive, very bumpy plays, very physical plays, and you can't let that catch you too off guard. You have to keep composed while you're on defense when you see something like that come out. So I think for the Puffins, the key is just stay focused. Don't let them get you out too much.
And I think the big question, too, is what do you do against the kind of physicality that we're seeing out of the Hurricanes? Not only are they making the really fast plays to the ball, but they're cutting around and bumping you out of the play, preventing you from getting the setup in the position that you want. So I guess that's my question is, how do you handle that?
There's not really a good way to handle it, to be honest, but you just got to keep composed and keep under control.
All right, we're going to see this moving into Game 2, though. The Hurricanes, in decisive manner, taking Game 1. Will the Puffins be able to collect themselves and move into Game 2 with a new sense of authority, or will this be a continuation of the same story that we've been told?
If I had to guess, if I don't see the Puffins improve really a lot here, like the first minute of this game, I'm going to guess we're going to see same story, same game. And the Hurricanes, they're already looking like they are doing a good job of that. Well controlled by Smurf to Test Gravity. No touch there from Test Gravity as him and Riker fake each other out. Puffins, they have control here. Moloko is going to try and get it past Smurf. Smurf just reasoned the whole way. Riker try to get the clear. Test Gravity's there. Great midfield defense, honestly, by the Hurricanes here. They've been doing a good job of just making sure the ball doesn't go in their own zone as much as possible.
And I love the patience that we're seeing out of them, just shadowing everything until the opportunity presents and then striking like a viper with such authority. But Moloko might find an opportunity here. No, Smurf racing back, and Riker with the shot off the post. Oh no, Moloko just has to race back around and maintain the possession and pressure. Looks to set this infield off the wall, possibly a play. Chases it down, he's going to go up, follow this up, and Test Gravity will be the first one to the ball. Now out of boost, Moloko has to rotate away.
Smurf, he's going to try and put this one off the wall. Test Gravity. Test Gravity is going to go off the wall and out. Riker now is the one with control of it. Puffins trying to get something going. Back to center. Test Gravity gets a nice clear. Pull up. Center. Test Gravity off the wall. Great clear. Riker's there. The Puffins looking much better at that midfield line this game. Great little challenge there by Moloko, and the pass to Riker succeeds.
Oh, that was beautiful parallel positioning here. Feels like a soccer give and go. As Riker just two touches that around the goalie and in on that passing play.
Well, when you have that double trouble thing coming at you, there's not really a lot you can do about that. As, every time you see it, you kind of have to wonder, okay, who's giving me the shot here? And then there's never a really good way to know. So the Puffins already out to a better start here. We might see them be able to compete with the Hurricanes at this point.
Puffins getting beaten the offensive end, and now Test Gravity with the flick on target. He's going to get that around Riker and put it in for the equalizer.
That's a little bit of a oof moment there. As Riker, he just kind of went just a little bit too far in, not thinking the Test Gravity had the angle, and he tries to go out and realize his mistake too late, but it's no use at that point. So the Hurricanes even this one up at 1. There's not really a lot you can do about that.
Definitely. This comes down to positioning, a little bit of the reflexes and heads-up play, and once you're already committed that far ahead with that kind of juice on a flick, just like we see, oh my, Moloko diving in on that one, getting blocked out by Gravity, though, in the Hurricanes. And Moloko, one more option, tries to get this in overtime. Yes! Right at the top of the key.
Yeah, that was really nice here. Riker, just a great pass in. Smurf, not a great launch there off of the ground to get a good touch on that one. Probably a potential misread, and as a result, Molakoa puts that one in the back of the net. So we have a 2-1 lead for the Puffins here in Game 2.
With that 2-1 lead, they're not showing any sign of taking their foot off the gas. Moloko going in again, gets a bit of a 50-50. Test gravity positioning under the ball. Riker faking that out, and now Riker has to tackle this out. Smurf's going to get possession. Will he find anything to do with it? Tries to play off the wall a little bit, and no, he's out of boost, out of position. This is a 2-on-1 situation again. Test gravity challenges early. Yeah, missing that one, but Smurf comes in, picks up on it. Puffins still maintaining their aggression. Now Test Gravity gets it out on the wall. Such a fast counterattack that just dishes it straight to the Puffins.
The Hurricanes, they still have an opportunity to get something going, but it's looking like they're going to kind of let this one go in favor of playing defense, and almost regrets it there. Test Gravity gets a nice save. Molakoa has been absolutely dominating on those flicks against the Canes so far. Now Test Gravity trying to carry it over again off the backboard, setting it up for Smurf. Smurf, shot. Is that one going to go in? Not fast enough. Riker gets there in time.
A very tasty cut, but no juice behind it. Now we have the Canes on defense again. Smurf tries to cut that one away, stalled out by Molakoa. The Air 50 going in favor of the Puffins, but there's still no shot off yet as the ball is buried in the corner. Canes trying to dig this one away. Molakoa doing a great job of holding possession without any boost. Gets the full orb. Now he's got the dribble and the dunk for one more goal.
The Puffins just showing up here really well in this game too. Great control by Molakoa, and then dunks out Test Gravity, who's not really in a great position to challenge that one. So the push through by Molakoa ends up giving the 2-goal lead to the Puffins with just over a minute remaining. There's still an opportunity for the Canes to come back. We've seen them be strong on offense already and score a couple in a row very quickly.
We've got the Hurricanes playing a little bit offsides, very heavy on their aggression because they recognize that time is running low. Test Gravity running up the wall. This is his opportunity. Infield immediately blocked by Molakoa. Smurf playing back now, has to try to pick up the possession. Infield racing across. Test Gravity barely just chipping that one out towards center. And Smurf has to find some time to play on this. Instead, the relentless aggression from the Puffins is preventing them from even getting it out of their own side.
Shipped up here, looking for Riker. Molakoa demos out Test Gravity, opens up a hole for them, but it's not going to get sent anything through. Smurf looking for Test Gravity. That's a shot. The Canes have an opportunity.
Just like you said earlier, we know that the Hurricanes can make this aggression, this offense happen so quickly, and Test Gravity, seeing that opportunity, pivots around and fires a bullet in. They've got 7 seconds remaining. They're going to need to find one more goal. Test Gravity's going to go up and try and chase this one down. Does he have the juice off the backboard?
Oh.
No, it's going to drop possibly. Yes, the Puffins take game 2.
That was looking so good there from Test Gravity at the very end, but it does end up dropping. He can't get the pinch down, ends up having to take it over the Puffins challenger, and unfortunately, the Hurricanes do go down in this one. The Puffins are going to fight back, so, well, that was the first game win, and that was in Game 2, so I don't know what you were talking about, Stage, there, but your crystal ball must be a bit foggy. So the Hurricanes, they just weren't able to stand up against the Puffins on this one. The Puffins were faster, they were challenging better, they were beating the Hurricanes on defense, and a couple very key mistakes by Smurf led to the Puffins scoring.
I loved the Puffins' midfield play. You talk about them having better control, you talk about them having better aggression, but it really came down, in my opinion, to just how they controlled the midfield. The Hurricanes were doing a great job of that in Game 1, and this time the Puffins read from their book and just started doing the same thing, but better.
Well, let's see if the Puffins can continue this really great streak that they're having here. They have all of the momentum. They have the Hurricanes on the back foot. Are the Hurricanes going to be able to respond to this, or are we going to see them maybe fall off a little bit more and the Puffins run away with it? Rocket League is such a momentum-based game. You never know what's going to happen until it happens. So game 3 now 1-1 underway.
So that's what all the videos talking about conserving your momentum are talking about. Oh, what a cheeky little slowdown play from Riker, chopping it over top and getting the early lead.
Riker, this was just great by him. Great challenge to get it over Smurf, and nothing Smurf can do about that late. You basically have to pre-jump that to do anything about it.
At that point, too, it's a big mix-up because if you pre-jump it and they go low, you just sail over the ball. Smurf looking to counter this one, though, off the crossbar. Malakoa on the counterattack. Test Gravity is rotating back, and that's going to just turn into a big old nothing burger. Test Gravity with a lot of heads-up play, keep that away. Now he starts his own counterattack. Tries to knock that inward, high off the backboard. Will Smurf be there for it? Bit of a cross angle, and Riker clearing that one away, maintaining possession out to Malakoa. Malakoa has the play here, but the Hurricanes still doing a good job of just volleying it back into the midfield and making the Puffins try to exert that midfield control.
Now Test Gravity fakes out a couple of them. Riker gets a nice clear to make sure Smurf has no touch, and Test Gravity will slow it down to try and buy himself some time, but he does have the opportunity to turn around on it. Malakoa up the wall, Test Gravity down to center, looking for Smurf. Smurf wisely backs off on this one as Riker sends a bomb downfield. Backboard, not going to be able to happen as Smurf gets a great touch.
Oh, that demolition on Riker. Even with that, Malakoa is coming around and makes the reverse power play to score this.
This is an example of how momentum in Rocket League affects you mentally. And the Puffins are playing like they're ahead because they are ahead. And now their lead is going to continue. The Hurricanes, they can't continue to play like they're behind.
Test Gravity starting to try and get that out. He gets the little chip pass. A bit of team-friendly fire, though. And Smurf bumped out of the play by Test Gravity. Test Gravity trying to maintain that aggression. Smurf comes in, stops it in midfield. He's just trying to play super defensive and cut out any opportunity. That pinch is disastrous for the Hurricanes. Deep into their territory, Test Gravity has to race back, use all of his boost. And now the Puffins have their opportunity, but Smurf is there to hold the goal. Now the Hurricanes racing downfield, trying to get their own offense started. Will the Puffins be able to clear it away back to the midfield? It's looking that way. And Riker almost getting the goal by, but yeah, still holding the pressure, holding the aggression into the Puffins side. And just a lot of midfield play from both of these teams.
So Test Gravity chips that one off the wall. Looking to get it clear, does successfully, but it goes up back out to Riker. Riker, very little boost to work with here. Test Gravity sees that and challenges. Good challenge. Smurf back up to Test Gravity. Malakoa did get a touch, but it's going to go back to center. Smurf isn't there for that one. Test Gravity just kind of being a pest on the back line now. Smurf now going to try and take it through himself. Flicks it past Riker, and that's a goal for the Canes.
Now that's playing like you're ahead. You've got Test Gravity just being that big bully, leaving the one-on-one situation, and Smurf is able to capitalize no problem. But they're not playing scared anymore on the Canes.
Pushing through now to the kickoff. Leaves it for Test Gravity. Test Gravity going to try and flick it over Malakoa. Looks for the bump, maybe. Malakoa gets a nice block anyway, and this one will get sent back out. Test Gravity, that was a good touch to get it back to Smurf and at least buy some time. Riker back to center, and Test Gravity will have this one all the way.
Test Gravity sees one in front, and he goes low. Unfortunately, the keeper sails over top, and that is the equalizer for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, great trick play here by Test Gravity, making Malakoa think it was going to be high, and then just kind of backs off just a little bit, and instead flips late and lets it go underneath him. So, Test Gravity, great mindfulness.
This is what makes a bubble player between a semi-pro and a bubble. This is the kind of play that we are going to be seeing, and we really need to see the adjustments be made here. Test Gravity getting dunked by Riker. Will Malakoa be able to race in on that one? No. Instead, Test Gravity sends it out of center. Riker sends it up. That's an opportunity. Wow, the speed from the Hurricanes to save that one.
Now
with
Riker
the
gets a
counterattack.
great block. Back out to Smurf. Test Gravity trying to keep this one in, but instead ends up just kind of killing it and getting back in time. What a bump! But it's not on target anyway. Molokua misses that open opportunity.
You can't give those ones up in this kind of game.
Now
Riker
chip back out
coming.
by Riker. Test Gravity. Flicks it over the top. Back into the corner. Smurf, great rebound. The Canes now just passing it over the Puffins' goal, waiting for the Puffins to make a mistake. Smurf chips this one through. Back to midfield. Great bump there. Leaves it for Test Gravity. Great. Another bump. Test Gravity over Molokua. No. Saved out by Molokua this time.
Smurf coming in, tries to get the half-field volley, but Riker is there to protect the backboard. Molokua with the one-on-one getting chased down as well from behind, and Smurf sends this up. Riker's already in position, gets a great read, trying to dunk that down. Molokua keeping the pressure up, sends it infield once more, and the Hurricanes are pinned to their backboard until now. A great clear from Test Gravity.
Molokua chips this one back out to the wall, looking for Riker. Riker ends up staying back on it. Great save there, but I don't think that was really necessary. It might have been a better idea for him to challenge on that. Molokua up the wall. Test Gravity to center. Smurf isn't there. Backs off wisely, as otherwise that could have been a very bad thing for the Canes. Smurf trying to push it through, but that will drop, and we have overtime.
And with this overtime, we're going to see a lot more of the high-pressure, high-stakes environment come out. This is only Game 3, and the Puffins really want to go ahead, at least to prove me wrong. But Smurf, oh no, just barely off and saved by the keeper. Tough read on that one, trying to beat the goalie. And now the Hurricanes are back on defense. Yeah. Pass infield to Smurf. Test Gravity picking this one up again. Trying to get around one. That's a bit of a cluster, a lot of confusion in the backfield, but Molokua in position to get this huge clear out to the Hurricane side.
Smurf now trying to push this one through. Back up. Riker, great clear. The Canes are being very patient about this. The Puffins are really pushing this hard. I think the Canes might be relying on a mistake by the Puffins and looking to potentially capitalize.
I don't think we're going to be seeing many of those mistakes occurring here. The Puffins are playing not flawlessly, but extremely solid as they're just waiting back, and the Hurricanes are running side to side, trying to find an opening to clear this ball away. Smurf finally might have something, starts it up, but both the Hurricane players are going back, just giving so much room to the Puffins. How do you get away with this?
I'm not sure, but now push back out. Smurf, great demo. That's going to allow an opportunity for Test Gravity to make a challenge on this. Molokua rides this one up the wall. Smurf, great demo onto Molokua. Test Gravity drops this one down. Riker, great clear. Is Smurf going to be there for the save? Yes, he is. Back out to the side. But now the Puffins have an opportunity. Riker dropping it down for Molokua. Molokua can't get it over Smurf. Great block there. Test Gravity versus one. Nice flick. Molokua looking for the demo, and Riker keeps it out of net.
One of the things that we're starting to see here, especially as the stakes rise, I've heard from a lot of very high-level players that twos is really just two series of one-on-ones, and we're seeing the Hurricanes really try to make the dual solo plays instead of getting tight with their teamwork. And now Smurf finally dishing that one off the backboard. Test Gravity has to save it because Smurf is out of position. Test Gravity looks to get it around. He gets it over one, and Riker clearing that one away again. Just this back and forth feels like it's never going to end, but this might be the breakaway they need. Test Gravity finally ends it at 2.5 minutes into overtime.
I realized I was muted on stream there, apparently. That's interesting. So, yeah, the Canes take this game in a 3-2 scenario. So the Canes, they move up to a 2-1 advantage in this set, and fantastic game for them, to be honest. So I hope to see what they can keep doing And I want to see the Puffins return to their game two stature, because they were actually standing up to the Hurricanes very well there. But so far, we saw Test Gravity pop off this time, get a couple of those great solo plays like you were talking about. It's almost better to have kind of dual solo plays rather than, go for the team passes, because you have to invest so much in those team passes that you might get turned around on.
And with this in mind, though, with that game, I feel that the Puffins ended up being a little bit just behind on tempo, and the problem is that with that lack of tempo, the Hurricanes are still giving them a lot of rooms. The Puffins are allowed to be patient, they're allowed to take control of the midfield, and there's so much respect they earned from Game 2 that up until very late, it felt like they were getting away with a lot of punishable mistakes, I guess you'd say.
Punishable mistakes indeed, and I really feel as though the Hurricanes, they have to keep capitalizing on those punishable mistakes like you were saying. If they don't, they're going to be, losing to the Puffins again like they did in game 2. But I feel as though if they actually punish those, if they avoid the mistakes themselves, they can actually have a chance against the Puffins, which they're doing very well so far.
All right, we're getting started here in Game 4. The Hurricanes up 2-1. Now, my crystal ball is still not without having its credibility completely challenged. My prediction of 4-1 could still be alive here.
Well, like I said, it was just a little bit blurry was the only problem. So
What a save!
It saw 2 as a 3, and yeah, what a heck of a save there. Because now Riker's going to try and push this one through again. Smurf now taking this one over the top, almost able to get it over Molokua, but Molokua gets a nice little doink there. Test Gravity! Oh, that was almost beautiful. Riker comes up and gets the touch, though.
I love Riker recognizing that you're not going to miss that double touch. It will be on target. You've got to rush it on the wall. Test Gravity coming around, trying a little bit of corner ball. We don't usually see this here. The dish to himself picks that one up. Beautiful play out of Test Gravity.
What a dish by Test Gravity. Just takes it around 2 of them to do it, and then just kind of rides that one through. So Test Gravity doing a great job of playing those solo plays, and the Hurricanes, they seem to be relying on that much, much more.
Puffins trying to take this kick off, a bit of a mistouch there, and there's no touch at all, and the breakaway from Smurf, just a wide open net from midfield.
Yeah, what happened to the Puffins here? Riker, no touch there, and it was just that bump onto Molokua. He might have been able to get back for that one. It would have been tough, but he might have been able to do it had Test Gravity not run him out of the way.
Test Gravity's a real playmaker here, willing to kind of give up the in-game points in favor of allowing Smurf to get some big stats on the leaderboard. Test Gravity now coming
nice
out
flick. Oh, what a bump, too. Attempted onto Molokua. That was Smurf versus Molokua. Molokua's going to try and flick it past him. Almost able to get that little wave dash. And almost able to get it past everyone. What a demo by Smurf.
What?
And Molokua gets the save.
Oh my lord, the speed, but that's not enough. The ball left languid in front of the net, and Test Gravity comes racing in to clear that one away. The respawn from Riker is so unfortunate to bump that in.
That's just, you hate to see it, you know? You hate to see it.
That's the worst way we could possibly see this scoreline develop, is off of the respawn. Molokua getting blocked on the goal line by Smurf just waiting patiently on the ground.
And
But
there,
not-
we do see the Puffins. They are starting to kind of make a little bit of a comeback. They're getting aggressive, too, which I like to see.
I love Riker's accuracy in the pass on that, getting the beeline directly on the crease of the wall and getting the follow-up as well, but that's all set up by just getting this beeline directly at the right spot on the wall to give him that setup to pass in.
Now Test Gravity over to Smurf. Smurf shot. Riker, is he able to get it out? No!
Oh.
Smurf with the shot off of the pass from Test Gravity. That was just a beautiful hit by him. And what a way to find each other the Hurricanes are. They can do the solo and the duo plays, and they prove that. So that's going to be a 3-goal lead for the Canes.
The Hurricanes especially, even when they make these team plays, they're trying their best to make sure that the setup for it is one that's easily and quickly recovered from, so you're really not overcommitting on the passing play. Riker going up the wall, trying to set that in for his teammate, but Malakoa getting 50'd out. Now you've got to recover. Malakoa breaking up the play and just slowing everything down enough for Riker to get the boost to get out and challenge that air ball. Test gravity up on the wall. Will that turn into a...
Oh, the flip reset!
The flip reset!
Test gravity, you madman! Hashtag play of the week nominee there. He just gets this at the last second. He's so fast about using that flip, too. He just carries it in. Test gravity, you madman. And whoops, there goes gravity. Because who knows what happened to it there.
Absolutely. Gravity was only a test. That test has been broken, as the flip reset here shows. Riker trying to carry this out, getting stolen away by Test Gravity. A wide air ball directly over center. Smurf setting it back up once more, and that will finally be cleared away by Riker. Now the Hurricanes on defense, trying to get around this one. Test Gravity challenging Riker early. Malakoa setting that in towards center, almost a redirect from Test Gravity, trying to just get that around the defender. But now he's off the wall, sending it in on target once more. Smurf getting beat by the defender, Malakoa trying to set this around, flicks past one to Riker. Riker off the crossbar, and the play dies just like that.
They do still have an opportunity to get something going. Riker trying to get it past Test Gravity, back to center. Can Malakoa commit on this one? What a play by Malakoa. He almost made Smurf bite on that one hard. And then Riker takes a shot. Test Gravity in the right place, right time. Malakoa back, drops it down, pushes it through. What a carry by Malakoa. That's a nominee there too.
Just so heads up on it, waiting for that ball, looking for the ground pinch, doesn't even need it. Just tips it in as soon as he lands.
Well, 3 goals in a minute and a half. It's doable, but the Puffins, they are trying to not get the series lost here.
No.
But Smurf, he just capitalizes on this. Test Gravity, great little pass play. And you know what? I say every single week, I think, passing plays in twos are a risk versus reward scenario. How likely is it that you are going to get that score if you both commit on it? And in that case, both of the Puffins players are out of defense, so why not commit if you're Smurf? And he does exactly that, especially after that beautiful pass.
Smurf going up to try to save the midfield here, gets the dish out to the side, but Malakoa putting that in threatening position. Unfortunately, Riker has to just dish it back to Malakoa. Malakoa getting blocked out and stolen away on the offensive opportunity. Now it is time for the Hurricanes. Will we see their 7th goal? Will we see them widen that gap? Smurf looking to pass this in, but Test Gravity all the way back. They're just killing time. They're happy with a 4-goal lead.
Yeah, they're just going to kind of, just carry this one around. They're going to let this one play out. And good for them, because if they do win this, which is not 100% certain yet, I've seen weirder things in this game for sure. But well, nope, never mind.
No opportunity for a Brazil, but with that,
we could get a Barca.
Could get a Barca. With that quick rotation in, Test Gravity is just widening the gap a little bit further and putting the nail in the coffin for the Puffins in this game 4.
Well, I'm sure the Canes are going to be looking for one more here, as they want that Barca. I want to see the Barca, because screw Barcelona. Yes, I said it. I'm a Man United fan. Fight me. Riker trying to cut it in on Test Gravity, but Test Gravity is there in time. Chips it back in past him. Smurf is there that time, though. This defensive rotation for the Canes is just really effective. It has been just stifling out the Puffins offense the entire night.
I love the clean efficiency out of the Hurricanes on defense. You talk about their rotations, but I'm just seeing so much communication as well. When you need to cut the rotation, you're there for it, but your teammate is recognizing it's time to back off. And with that, the 0 second comes down, a huge 7-2 in favor of the Hurricanes as they take the set. But
yeah,
here on MLE,
yeah, they made that pretty convincing. And yeah, like like you were saying there, we go all 5. It's a set of 5 in this, not really a best of 5, but it does still count as them winning the series. So let's see if your 4-1 prediction is going to come true. Do you think? Did you wipe that smudge off your crystal ball yet?
It was actually just all of the mystic energy inside of it had the clouds over top of the number for a brief moment when I read it. It really was a game 2. I had my editor take a look at it one more time.
Right.
But yeah, we are still going to see a 4-1. That's exactly what's going to happen. We're going to have a 5-1 victory here in Game 5 for the Hurricanes.
All right, well, the Hurricanes versus the Puffins. I think the Puffins, they just need to kind of play for broke at this point. They can't really let anything on the table. They need to kind of push, look for those bump plays that we've been seeing, but unfortunately their bump plays have been ringing kind of hollow. They haven't been getting them in the right places. They've been jumping out of position for them. You can't do that. You have to keep getting the bump plays and then capitalize on them. Write the checks and then cash them.
Absolutely. And we're going to see if the Puffins start returning to their Game 2 form, the consistency, the lethal shots on net, and the stifling midfield play, or if we're going to see the Hurricanes just start getting physical again and taking this game away, especially like they did in last game, Game 4.
Well, Hurricanes already off to a strong start. Smurf trying to tip this one in, almost gets the dunk as well. The save from Riker, though, is just enough to keep it out. Test Gravity now looking to try and put it in himself. Can't get it curved around in time. Riker will now try and carry it himself out. Wait, what?
I don't understand these physics sometimes. We're just going to let that one ride.
Hashtag Psionics.
Yeah. Clip that, send it to Psionics, have them fix their engine, please. So, Hurricanes coming out on the aggression, trying to keep it in the side of the Puffins. Malikoa and Riker doing a great job of returning it, though. Riker looking to send this infield, gets beat by Test Gravity. Malikoa coming out, a miracle save from Test Gravity. The acrobatics to come off the wall and save that after the send out to center. But this is not over for the Hurricanes yet. They still have to get it out of their own territory, and Malikoa doing their best to muck things up in the backfield. Smurf to Test Gravity. They finally get it onto the Puffins side. They look for the shot. Malikoa there to save. Smurf over top, dunking this into the corner once more. And Malikoa, given the space to operate, just takes this nice and slow over top of Test Gravity. Smurf is there, sends it off the backboard of the Puffins. Hurricanes still looking for an opportunity, but Riker will move it around out to Malikoa, and the Hurricanes are a bit on their back foot here, finally given some space.
Well, Smurf now, he's going to try and flick it past Riker. Riker, great little challenge. Test Gravity might have this all on his own. Almost gets the dunk on Malikoa. Not able to get it in, though. Smurf now pushing this one through. He puts it in himself over the top of everybody. And that's going to be a 1-goal lead for the Canes.
I've got to see this again. That looked a little bit tasty. Just the rotation there, I wouldn't call it freestyling so much. That's not the same as it used to be. But a lot of the acrobatics and making sure you have the exact right angle for Smurf putting that goal away.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of like, he kind of did a little bit of a fakie in midair there and then just twisted just enough to be able to get out in time. And yeah, just great play by Smurf. And now looking for the team plays potentially. Test Gravity was setting that one up for Smurf, I believe, but I don't know, maybe field slip or something. And what?
From downtown, Riker scoring this off the back quadrant, just a boomer from the back half. What a shot.
I think Smurf was expecting Test Gravity to be able to get a touch on that one, so he kind of backed off. But I think Test Gravity was expecting to get a touch on that. So, I mean, it works both ways. Now the Puffins are all tied up at 1-1. And Test Gravity is going to look to rectify that situation. Can't get it past Malikoa. Smurf sets it up to himself off the wall. Chips it down. One more. No, not able to get it past Malikoa. Great bump there.
Steals the
Hurricanes
boost.
The Hurricanes have been doing such a great job today of making sure that they keep the pressure up, or at least in a position where they can make something of it.
Absolutely. Their positioning is just sublime here. and enabling them to make plays where it looks like they're completely impossible. But with that demo, it's going to drive Smurf onto the back foot for a moment. They need to recover, reset their rotation, and Test Gravity gets that off the back wall, saving it, and Malkoa and Riker not going to be able to get the momentum just yet, but there's the infield pass. Oh no, saved by Riker, the self-save, unfortunate.
That's unfortunate. Riker, though, he does come up and take it away from Smurf. An opportunity here. Chips it out, looking for Molikoa. Molikoa, it's a little bit over him. That one ends up going right to Smurf. Great read. He's looking to drop it down for Test Gravity, but that won't happen as Riker interferes with it. Test Gravity, last one on defense now. It's chipped up. Great save by Gravity to get it out to the side. Ooh, Smurf, nice little doink there, and a dunk as well. The Puffins just trying to keep it in the Hurricane side.
I'm loving the agility from the Puffins and the ability to just get around the ball to get the touch they need to start their aggression again. They're controlling it on both sides of the field so incredibly well. They're playing a lot of left-right ball, but now Test Gravity is completely nullifying their efforts with this air dribble, sending it all the way over center. Smurf looking for the double tap, misreading it a little bit, but there's Test Gravity with the rebound, putting it in. There's 2-1, and the Hurricanes take the lead.
That looked very intentional by Smurf, to be honest. It looks like he was trying to put that off the wall for Test Gravity, and then maybe follow it up just a little bit to kind of fake out the Puffins defense and make them kind of play the look at me game, and then just leave it open for Test Gravity, which they did very successfully, if that's the case. So Canes with the 1-goal lead again. Smurf, great shot, forces Riker to do something about it. Back to center. Smurf, he's going to commit on this one now that Test Gravity's behind him. Test Gravity, potential? Not there. Open net for the Puffins, and they can't commit on it in time. Smurf is back here now.
Smurf starts the aggression here. It gets blocked out by Riker immediately. There's no momentum for the Hurricanes, but Riker overcommits, and now Smurf on 0 boost, doesn't care, tries to seal it away, doesn't get the boost. The shot is saved as well. Smurf has to rotate back. He's got the ball out here now. And Puffins, with time ticking away, they've got 10 seconds to make the goal. Test Gravity coming around, gets the save. I think that is it.
Smurf just says, let it hit, and there it is. The Hurricanes will take this set 4-1 over the Puffins, and it looks like you were correct.
The scoreline wasn't quite right, but I think it got the 5 backwards. It was 2-1 instead of 5-1.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. But, I mean, I'm talking about the game record and the one where you apparently had a cloud over the number there in your crystal ball. Your editor confirmed that for you then?
Absolutely. We get
absolutely.
things backwards once in a while.
Yeah, sometimes, you know. It was close. It's all that matters, right? All right, well, Hurricanes versus Puffins, great job, honestly, by both of them. They both look very strong at points, but it feels like the Puffins, their biggest problem is going to continue to be that defense. As soon as they get pulled out, they end up just getting they panic. There's not really much to discuss besides that. They have to keep cool under pressure because the Hurricanes, they certainly had a ton of pressure. So, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be all for the Hurricanes versus Puffins tonight, and that'll be all for myself in stage tonight. We will be heading off. We will be heading off stream and being replaced by 2 new casters. But it was great to see you all tonight. We hope you stick around for our next series coming up in just a few minutes. See you later.